like tonight, for example, I'm going to play later, and I'm playing for like 90 minutes, and I've got enough music to play in that time. I could do with longer. Do you know what I mean? Because I have enough. There's enough wicked producers out there at the moment.
Do you think the volume of music is a good thing though? Some people say there's almost too much.
Well, yeah, I guess you can look at it like that, you know. I think there is a lot of shit labels out there at the moment. There's a lot of people doing the DIY thing, you know, which is what's saturating everything at the moment. Because I remember, like, years ago when I was like a proper vinyl buyer and like fan, you know, like, recording every Fabio and Groove Rider show and trying to get out as much as I could, and then like hearing a tune and then 6 months later hearing it come out on vinyl and having to buy it and stuff. I think now, like, you don't really get the kind of build up and the hype to certain tunes anymore, you know. Like back then I can remember when everything that was a classic, you know, and I think it's quite hard to find stuff nowadays that comes out where you look back in 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 years and you go, yeah, that was the tune of that year, you know. You can remember where you were, what you went to, or, you know, how you would try to track it down. I don't think you got that anymore. There's very few, but on the other hand, there's a lot of good music that comes out on a regular basis, which is cool as well, because you know, a lot of people, you know, like they DJ a lot and they don't want to keep playing the same things, and I think there's a good flow of music to provide them with enough turnover, so they're constantly providing fresh music. But on the other hand, like I said before, there's a lot of throwaway music at the moment, but hopefully that'll dwindle out and that'll just, they'll burn themselves out, you know, and it'll just carry on and move forward, hopefully. Fingers crossed.
Okay, I want you to talk a little bit about Code, if you would mind.
Coded music?
Yeah,
Coded music. It's a project being put together by James Phobia. It's going to be his brainchild, basically. There's no... Try not to be pigeonholed. Like, for example, like hopefully for myself, I'll release from now on, hopefully, like the best of my stuff will hopefully come through that as an outlet. And I know for Phobia himself as well, the best of his stuff will come through that as an outlet. And obviously with the people that I associate with and he associates with as well, they're quite positive and they want to be involved in it as well, you know, so hopefully it'll grow into a bigger thing and be able to stand the test of time and not be throwaway like the labels I spoke about before, you know, have like a wider scope of things, you know, like marketing and stuff like that. Like for the first release, which is coming soon, we've got myself and James a tune called Guillotine, which has had quite a lot of support on radio and in the clubs as well by various DJs, which has been quite surprising, who's been playing it. We've actually got Breakage has done a remix of it, which is pretty cool because it will actually be probably officially, unofficially, like his only drum and bass release before his next album. I think he might have something before, probably, maybe. I'm not sure, can't quote me on that, but we've got something by him that will be forthcoming that nobody else will actually be able to get out by him until that time. So it's really good. He's kind of taken it back, stripped it back, used like very few samples from the original, done his thing, you know. Like we said to him, don't feel like you have to do anything, just here's the sounds, we don't want you to remix it, just treat it like, you know, how house labels do, where they do like a Phobia and Jubei Guillotine and then there's a Breakage Guillotine version, you know. It's not a remix, it's just like how he would approach it with the same samples. And he's kind of gone in like a really minimal kind of Clarendon kind of faux techy kind of, just done his own thing, and it's pretty deep, you know. It's come out really well, we're both really pleased with it, and there's going to be a video coming with that as well. Big up Superveillance for that one. Great visuals every time. If you don't believe me, come down to any night in Newcastle, i.e. Turbulence or Curves or any other night. I'm not quite sure which ones, they're the only two that I see them at, but they're very good anyway, trust me. It's got a website, I'm sure. So that's going to be good, and we've got other things as well, you know. Other artists want to get involved. Obviously we've got forthcoming music by myself and Phobia, collaborations with other people. I don't want to say who, because if they don't come out then I'll look like an idiot. You know, But yeah, it should be quite promising. You know, big hopes for it, and it's not going to be like a half-assed thing. A lot of time and effort, and look around, because we both worked for labels in the past, myself and Phobia, and there's gaps in certain areas that we feel like could help the label succeed if you go down the right avenues. And I think like with obviously it's predominantly it's James's thing, but I'll be trying to help as much as I can and be involved with it, you know. So I think between the two of us, it'll be alright, you know. Just at the end of the day, just release good music. I think, you know, it's probably like a cliche thing to say, what everybody says when they start a label. I'm just going to release good music, but we're going to release good music.
Fair enough. All right, finally, what's next for you? What else has got coming out?
Well, I have a 12 on New Tone's label, brand new.
Right.
It's a track by myself called Vectus, and the B side, or the double A side, it's a track by myself and Logistics called Battlefield. That'll be out soon. And then there's a 12 on Invaders Transmission, which is a tune by myself, Phobia, and Sato, another guy from up here, called Overload. And on the flip side of that, it's a tune by myself and another guy up here called Ben Tyrone, called Tremor, which is it's been doing quite well. Like, a lot of people have been playing that. You know, it's been getting on the radio and stuff. Like people on like Radio 1, like random people. Like forget his name now, but he's like some kind of John Peel kind of guy who's been playing on Radio 1. So
The Welsh one?
Yeah.
Hugh Stevens?
That's the guy, Hugh Stevens, yeah. Big
That's
up Hugh Stevens.
big.
Big up Hugh Stevens, yeah. Yeah, so there's that 12 on brand new, the 12 on Invaders Transmission. There's supposed to be doing something for Fabio, and been speaking to Doc Scott about something as well. There's a tune by myself and Icicle called Keep Up, which is coming on Extinction Agenda. Obviously there's the coded release as well, which is quite looking forward to that one more. And I've got something else as well, I can't remember.
That's a lot coming out though, it sounds like you've been really busy.
Yeah, well, yeah, it sounds like a lot, but it was a lot for like the last sort of 6 months.
Right.
And it's all kind of got taken and signed, and it'll be forthcoming over the next sort of 6-8 months.
Cool.
So I'll have a nice steady release of tunes coming out.
Excellent.
In the next sort of 12 months, hopefully.
Brilliant. All right, Jubes, thanks very much for talking to us.
My pleasure.